Most managers do tell their salespeople to have a reason to follow up their customers. In this video, I'm going to share with you why that's not enough and how each of your sales team can get an extra couple of deals per month through using effective follow-up techniques. Yes, you have to have a reason to call, but as a top sales coach for over 15 years now, I've learned that having a game plan and an outcome before you even pick up the phone are even more important. Think about it for a moment. If you know what you want to achieve before you start the conversation, would that increase the chances of you getting that result? I promise you it would. If I asked you to give me a lift somewhere and you agreed, what would be the first question that you'd ask me? Where do you want to go, Adrian? Without knowing that information, we're either going nowhere, in circles, or where you want to go. And the same is true on a sales follow-up call. Know where you're heading. Have a plan how you might be able to get there. If you don't, the customer will probably control things. Effective follow-up techniques include making the call personal, rather than just asking, "Any more thoughts on the car, John?" Why not personalize it with something like this? "Hi John, it's Adrian Law here. I was just thinking about you and what we discussed on the weekend. I've just had a look at the car again and it's everything that you said that you wanted. Why don't you come in, have another drive, that way you'll know 100% if it's the car that you want to own or not." Then you can set an appointment. Setting an appointment, by the way, should be the most common outcome that you aim for. And if you're in sales, I understand you might be thinking, "Adrian, I sell a lot of cars over the phone." And I'm all for that. If you can get a deposit over the phone, then go for it. Having said that, unless you have really unusual circumstances, a huge percentage of cars that you sell are when the customer is in front of you. My advice is to walk before you can run when it comes to the phone. If you're new or not that confident on the phone, keep it simple. If I've got my telephone sales coach hat on and have been asked to speak to a salesperson who's struggling on the phone, I recommend that they stop trying to do what the manager has asked. I'll speak to the manager separately, but things like they're often asked to get the customer's details, get an appointment, sell the dealership, seed finance, sell warranties, this kind of thing. It's way too much if you're not confident. You've got to start with the basics, which is getting the customer's details and getting a fixed appointment. Once you get that and get good at it, you can add the other things, but not before, okay? This next one often isn't thought about as a technique, but it can be, because successful salespeople are busy. That may come as no surprise to you, but one thing that separates them from the rest is that they value their time. Now, if you're in sales, you may be thinking, "Hang on a second, Adrian, I value my time." Maybe you do, but how most average performers speak to their customers, you'd never know that. "Come in, ask for me, when can you come in, I'll be here." In fact, at the time of recording this, just yesterday, my partner Angie and I were in a dealership in Sydney, not a client, but we were looking for a car for her. Now, Angie likes the Mazda, and at one stage she asked the salesperson, "When I want to come in and test drive, do I need to call you and book a time?" I couldn't believe what the salesperson replied with. He said, "No, that's okay, just come down when you're ready." After we left, I asked Ange if she would have made a time there and then if he'd simply replied with, "Yes, it would be much better to make a time." And Angie said that she would, and she would have driven the car too. When you value your time, customers will too. Not always, but more often than not. And the difference between saying, "No, that's okay, just come down when you're ready," compared to something like this, is huge. Yes, it's much better that we make a time, as it's often really busy down here, and I'd hate for you to come in and I couldn't look after you properly. Let's arrange a suitable time, and then I'll take you through the car properly, and I'm very confident that you'll be very impressed. When are you more available? Can you make it in tomorrow morning, or is after hours better for you? This example is what could have been said in the dealership, but it could also have easily been said on the phone as well. So out of the two responses, which do you believe is the most effective follow-up technique? You're smart because you're watching this video, so I'm confident that you chose the second one, didn't you? Rather than offering the customer 10 different times trying to find one that suits or catering to everything that they request, if you aren't busy, act like you are. Give reasons why they need to make a specific time and let them know when you are available. Check your diary, set unusual appointment times, 12:45 instead of 12 o'clock, can even subtly influence people that you've got a lot on. Don't get me wrong, customers couldn't care less that you are busy, but if this affects their ability to get what they want, often they will let you lead them. We've got lots of different strategies and ways to get your sales team much better results, so please get in touch to see how we can help. And in closing, a long time before I was a sales coach, I was firstly a telemarketer and then moved up to become a telemarketing manager. In both roles, without fail, the sales guys and girls that learnt and practiced the effective follow-up techniques made the most sales and the most amount of money. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Adrian Law from Automotive Stars. Let's speak soon.